Okay, this is 124 Kitty Hawk's loop. I know we had talked about, I can't remember now if it was 117 or 119. I reached out to the agent quite a few times and she never kind of directly answers me. She sent me a list or a website where I could go and look at the list of houses that were available, and it listed that one as available, but then when I got out here, there was a sold sign on it. You can see some of these say sold. That one way down there says sold. These two do not have signs anymore. I'm assuming they sold. You can see cars at this one and that one. I know those two sold. This one is 115. Like, it didn't show available on the site, but there's no sold sign on it here. So I'm not sure. It is saying that this one that's under construction here and one that's under construction on the end down there are available, but I don't know how far out they are from this one. Looks like they're a pretty good ways out from having done, and that one's even a little further. So this might be the only one for sure that's available. But if I'm not mistaken, it's the same as the one we were making an offer on, or really, really close to it, if not. I've tried having a conversation with this listing agent, and they are quite unique. So you can see your property marker here, and I don't know if you can see, there's one there. It does have underground utilities. Just trying to see if I needed to point out anything in particular. I don't know why it's different color. The concrete is different at the bottom. I can't really see my screen because of the sun, but the bottom of this, where you can see the concrete's a little bit different color. Shouldn't be a big deal. There's your clean out for the sewer line. It's if I'm remembering the other one right, this is just extremely similar. It might be like a mirror image of the other one. Oh, good Lord. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Got your air intake and your thermostat here. Do have a wide linen closet here. I don't think there was a light. No light in this one. We have our first guest room at the very front of the house. Orange peel ceilings and textured walls. I'm trying to see if I can get you a better image of that. There you go. Just so that you know, it's not like just smooth. It is textured, and then definitely an orange peel style ceiling. The single light that y'all mentioned before. There's no like window casing. It is literally just the window inset. There's no extra ledge or anything like that going around. And as I mentioned to you on the phone, I feel like I'm slamming these, but I kind of want to make sure you know all the positives and negatives of any of this, so that you have the full understanding. It's just a little bit different. Wait a minute. Did that close? Okay, it's just tight. That's all right. Guest bathroom. Again, it has the kind of the very thin countertops here. The underlying or undermount sink is nice. Mansfield on the toilet. Looks like they've marked a spot there with some blue tape. You have two lights in here. You have a single LED and then this LED fan combo. I think I mentioned that on the other one before too. I did talk with her a little bit about they don't want our contract. They don't want an offer that way. We have to do it online. Basically, I have to go online, register you as a buyer, pay them $95, and then submit your information, and then they put a offer contract together. They, in their statement to me, said they will only pay closing costs if you're using their lender. I don't know. This is where things kind of look, they don't mind you using your own lender, but they say they won't pay anything else if you do. Whether that's true or not, I honestly just don't know. As I mentioned, this is a good local company for heating and cooling, and they did the whole, I'm assuming they thought they were going to go with gas furnaces here, and then they changed their mind, but they already had that in place, so it's just there. Wait a minute, what? That is like, okay, that's very tight. We have a coat closet after that. So quite honestly, I don't know what to expect if I turn all this information in. I don't know. This is the same as before. It's mudded and sanded, but it is not finished. A little dirty. This is a lot cheaper than most new construction. I think I mentioned that before as well. But it's also very different than most any other new construction we have here too, which I know you guys said y'all were okay with because you're looking at doing your own thing. So this is the drain pan has a drain that kind of goes up here a little, which isn't ideal. But it still should drain out okay. I think you do have an emergency release valve here, and that just comes down and empties into this pan. I'm not sure how fantastic that is. A home inspector could tell you a little bit better than me, but I don't think they will like it when it empties quite that way. Breaker panel seems to be well labeled. They are using Vinson out of Dothan for plumbing and electrical. All that looks okay. So I don't know. It seems like we just don't have a whole lot of say in the whole process. It's going to basically be, I think, take what they're giving you or not. But they will not accept, like the contract that you saw that we had written up, they're not going to accept that at all. They will kick it back and say, go to the website, register your client, and we will put together the offer for the house that they want. I say offer, it's not even an offer, it's a contract. I think they're going to just spit it out. This is exactly what we're going to put in the offer, and then you are either going to accept that or not, is the way I understand it. So it's a little bit different. Kind of, this may not even be reversed. This may be exactly how the other place was. I'm trying to remember for sure. But you have either a dining area back here, or you can make that your den living area and make this the dining, or vice versa. It's a little bit tight of an area to use this as a living room, because with the bar right here and then the hallway, you know, it doesn't give you a lot of area here. So it almost would be good to put your dining table here and try to use this large, more squared off area as a living room. But of course you can use whatever you want. No fridge. As I mentioned before, there's no recess under here. You're just, it's just flat. So there's no handles or pulls. It would be easy to drill and put in your own pulls that you wanted to put in. But it's one of those areas where they're saving money. That's why they are so much cheaper than any other builders. They are using just like plastic here, no garbage disposal, just very, very plain cabinets, super thin countertops. We were talking about this at the office the other day, that definitely I wouldn't sit up here, which you're not really supposed to sit on your cabinets anyway, but occasionally you're working on something or holding something in your hands and you want to sit down to work on it, and I'll hop up on mine. And here I don't think I would do that. Okay. I don't know that they will put a fence in like we're asking for in the offer. Like I said, I feel like once we tell them the house that you want, they will fill out all the stuff, and then it's going to be to come back and argue, because I don't think they're going to grant you just about anything, but it will be to come back and say, well, hey, for that price, we would really like to have ABC, and see if they won't approve it. And you have some open shelves here. I think that was the same. I'm almost 100% sure this is the exact same floor plan as the other one. But they did say everything has to be done online. Some of the forms I sent you are just required by the state of Alabama for us to keep in our file. But as far as the contract that we send to them, as I mentioned, they're not going to accept that. They have the rest of their process is going to be all online. This house is sold, and I know the next one is sold as well. They did sod all the way back to this row. I can't, the sun is so bright on the screen I can't see. Hopefully you can see that there's stakes with little pink flags on them all along through here, going all the way down. There's a few inches between where the sod ends and where the stake is at, so you have just a few more inches past the sod. And this time of year here, all the grass is brown. It's just how it always looks in the winter here, but it should come back out nice. This is a little more green along the house here, but this is normal. We'll see this return to green as soon as temperatures rise back up a little bit. Okay. So that I know of for sure, this is the only one that I say for sure. I'm pretty sure this one is still available. It is very much like the other one that we were looking at. I'm not sure about the others or what level of build they're at. I'll try to stop, and if they look like they might be good options, I'll try to get us some video, but I'll stop and look and see where they're at on those, and see if I can get any more definitive answers on what is and is not available. But that's it.